Hello everyone, it's Heather K here to do a February wrap-up slash a kind of long book review because, yeah. This month has been completely crazy for me. It has been just slam-packed. Just a little info about myself. I know some of you probably don't care, but whatever. Just a little thing. I am a wedding photographer and I'm not quite so much of a professional where I can book like 20 weddings in a year. I have more like 9. So with that, since I'm not fully thriving yet, because I'm only 23 and I don't expect to be fully thriving quite yet, I also have a part-time job. So I do my part-time job and then I'll do editing when I get home, and then I have other stuff. And I had a wedding a couple weeks ago, so I've been doing that. Also, just now, was made the photography point leader of my church, so I have been in and out of meetings this past couple weeks, scheduling stuff and my part-time work and my wedding, and it has just been crazy this month. Like, I don't know what it is. It's either I'm extremely busy or I extremely have nothing going on. There's no good fair ground, but whatever. So I did not get to read as much as I wanted to read this month. I only read 5 books, which is still pretty good, but I feel like I could read more, but I know this month has been insane. So I'm just going to try to do a quick little wrap-up video to show you guys what I read. And all the just Vampire Academy by Richelle Mead. I have heard tons and tons of things about this book, so I decided to, you know, give it a try. And don't turn off this video because you might not like what you hear. I found it okay. It didn't really make me insanely happy to read it. Like, it wasn't awesome for me, but it wasn't bad. It was like so-so for me. I thought it was a good introduction to the storyline, but I felt bored at times. I overall liked the characters. I love Rose, but I feel like it's very weird how somehow the vampires are weaker than their protectors. Like, I guess you always just sense that vampires are stronger and all that stuff, but I understand that they're trying to throw this, you know, throw you off your senses, try something new. But I just did not love this book. And I know many of you guys love this book, and I'm so glad you do, but many of people I've read lots of reviews on it have said the first book's not that great, but it gets a lot better. So, nonetheless, since I didn't, you know, absolutely hate it, I'm going to stick with it and continue to read the series. So, yeah. Overall, I would say I give this 2.5 to 3 stars out of 5 because I felt like it was a good opening for a series, but I didn't feel like it just didn't capture me as much as I wanted it to. So that's that one. And then the next book I read, which is not currently with me because it's a library book, was 10 Things We Did and Probably Shouldn't Have by, I forgot who liked that book. I thought it was a cute girly read. I loved the characters in it. I thought it was just crazy how that girl got away with what she did. Like, she got to lie to her dad and live with her friend and without no parental supervision at all. I was just like, that's crazy. But it was a cute girly read. With those reads I do like, but I do predict them very easily because they're those type of books you can predict very easily. I knew who she was going to end up with. I just had a feeling as soon as I started reading the book, as soon as things started to get like kind of messy with someone, I knew what it was. But it was a good book. Overall, I did really like it. I'm going to give it also a 3 out of 5 because it wasn't one of those girly books that I absolutely adored, but it wasn't one I really truly hated either. It was kind of so-so. I thought I was going to love it more than I did. The book I read is 20 Boy Summer by Ockler. I also did a review on this. I will put the link in the down bar. I love this book. I thought it was a great book for the, I was about to say for the summer, but it's definitely not summer. It's like insanely raining right here right now. But I thought it was just a great book. I thought it was very touching. It was sad, but it was uplifting at times. And I'm not going to say too much about it because I do have a full-on review, so go check that out. But I believe I gave this 4 out of 5. I think, but if not, I'm giving it 4 out of 5 here because I, like I said, I only give 5 out of 5 to books I absolutely adore. I like this book, but I didn't adore it, so I really liked it though. Is that a good description maybe for you? But I would definitely recommend reading this, so go check it out. 20 Boy Summer by Ockler. The next book I read is Hello by Alexandra Adornetto. And guys, I really like this book. I've heard very mixed reviews on it. I heard like it was good, it was awful, blah blah blah. But I went into this book not expecting to like it as much as I did. I thought it was a very good start to the series. Like, I loved it. I love the characters. It's a very thick book, if you can see. And it did take me a while to get through it because it is kind of a slow book. Just get ready for that. but I felt like it had very monotonous peaks. Like it was very slow, but then it had a high point, very slow, then it had a high point, very slow, then it had a high point. So it kind of just went up and down, up and down, up and down. But I really did enjoy it. I do love the love that Bethany and Xavier have in this book. But sometimes with books, like, the love is kind of just too gushy-gushy. Like, I love gushy-gushy love, too. I absolutely adore it. But sometimes it's too much, like, even for me. And I am a insane, hopeless romantic. That's what I am. And if it's too much for me, I'm like, that's too much. Like, it's just the things they say and all that stuff. I'm just like, really? Really? Like, who says that? But I mean, nevertheless, it's love. But sometimes I felt like it was like way too gushy-gushy. I do, like I said, I do love gushy-gushy stuff, but sometimes it is kind of overwhelming. And at this book, I felt like there were certain things that were kind of overwhelming with the gushy-gushy love. But overall, I liked their love. And I love the overall characters in it. I thought her brother and sister were just a great combo. And it was a very good book. Overall, I'm going to give this book 4 out of 5 stars. That's right, I did really enjoy this book. I'm proud of myself for liking that book. I didn't think I would, so I am. And the last book I finished, and I just actually finished it last night, was Wither by Lauren is it Destefano? Destefano? Well, I forgot. But, guys, I love this book. Wow, oh wow, oh wow. I tell you what, it's so weird for me. I'll go into a book thinking it's going to be aces, and it turns out to be awful. I'll go into a book thinking it'll be okay, but it turns out to blow my mind, and that was exactly the case with this book. This book blew my mind. I did not think that I would love it as much as I did, but I loved this book. I was never bored reading this book, I'll tell you that right now. There was always some sort of secrets going on. There's always something that Ryan wanted to do, and that she always had these thoughts, and yeah, but this is going to be the super long review, or not super long review, but a kind of longer review, so just get ready for that, because I did promise a review video on Wither, and I'll be honest, guys, I'm kind of lazy to do it right now, so I'm just attaching it to this video, so it'll be a longer review than I thought. But I just loved this entirely book. Now, Ryan is, you know, sold into being a sister wife and all that stuff, and you think that's completely awful, and this guy's completely awful that did that to her, but in reality, Lyndon is not a bad guy. Like, in the book, I actually liked him. Like, I thought he was a decent guy. Sure, I thought he was really awful for doing the things, like picking up these wives, but I understand why he did it. It's because he felt, you know, his other wife died, and he wanted to keep, you know, going on, and now his father kept pressuring him. I had this huge zit right here, and it's really bothering me. Ugh. I hate breaking out, don't you? But, you know, I was actually kind of rooting for him. As insane as that sounds, don't hate me. I actually liked the guy, and I thought he was he was very real guy to me. He was very genuine, I thought, with his love, and he just didn't, you know, like these girls just to get with him. He never forced himself on any of them. It's just, you know, they gave it up or something like that. But I'm not rooting for Lyndon and Ryan to be together by any means, so don't think that. I know it's not going to happen, and I don't think it should happen because it's just not right. But you know, I felt compassionate for the guy, you know. His father is crazy, and just, it was very surreal reading that. Like, thinking all this stuff could happen, like, women live to their 20, guys live to their 25, like, that's crazy to think about. Overall, this book had me guessing the entire time. I'm like, when is she gonna escape? When is she gonna escape? Is she gonna escape? Is she gonna escape? Like, oh my gosh, I was literally like wondering what's gonna happen next. And this book did not falter or let me down by any means at all. I love the sister wives. I love how each of them were completely different in their own way. One of them was like so excited to be married and all this stuff. One of them was like, you know, like he'll never touch me, he'll never look at me, like I'm so like. And, you know, you have Ryan, and Ryan's a very unique character. She's very strong. She knows what she wants. She knows she needs to get out of there. You know, and then you have Gabriel in the mix of all this, where who she meets and, you know, she falls for. And I do feel like that's kind of a hush-hush romance, which I'm hoping to see more of in the next book, to see their love actually develop. But it was very kept secret, and I like how that was not the full part of the book. I do love love, like I said, but sometimes I like to have equal balance. This one I thought could use a little bit more, but it was definitely good when it had it. Overall, this book was just amazing. I really do like it. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 stars. That's right, my only 5 out of 5 stars. hard to come by, people, I guess. I don't know, but I'm looking forward to reading this book because I actually just won the second one, which is Fever. I have so many sequels to read, and they are piling up like crazy, but I love the way they look on the shelves. They're very cool. It's such a drastic change from like this to this, though. It's like night and day. But I would definitely go recommend reading this book. It was a very good book. I finished it in like 3 days. When I do that, that means I really like a book. So, yeah. Alright, guys. I'm about to film my March to be read pile. So, you used to see me in the same clothes. So, I'm not going to do anything different for you guys. Have a great and fabulous day. Bye.